Joining me now is Chris Bedford, executive editor at the Common Sense Society. Chris, wow, things have escalated, it seems, pretty quickly here. This is insane at this point.
They have escalated. Now, the most recent reporting from the reporter who broke this story is that it looks like these missiles may have been shot down by Ukrainian forces and then accidentally landed in Poland. But either way, this illustrates the extreme danger of the situation here. For months and months and months, and you've been talking about it, the Biden administration and the European leaders have basically claimed that, don't worry, the adults are in charge. This sort of thing can escalate out of control, while at the same time putting U.S. advisors and bases and other NATO allies like Poland being right there on the border, right there in a dangerous position. And war gets extremely dangerous. War gets sloppy. People can get hurt. And these things can spin out of control. When they spin out of control with a nuclear power, well, that's a massive threat. The United States right now is not actually in a position to fight China, a real threat, and deal with serious war with Russia, which it looks like at some point could possibly be drawn into, despite at least a little bit of restraint shown so far today.
Now, Biden was asked about the missiles tonight, and this was his response.
Mr. President, is it too early to say whether this missile was fired from Russia?
There is preliminary information that contests that. I don't want to say that till we completely investigate, but it is. It's unlikely in the minds of the trajectory that it was fired from Russia, but we'll see.
First of all, Chris, Biden does not look great there, but do you get the sense that this is going to hasten the administration's push, perhaps, for a peace deal or some type of agreement, given how close we could be to the edge here?
I'd say his look there certainly didn't inspire confidence in his strength, but at least his answer was a little more calculated than maybe when he pushed earlier for regime change involving Vladimir Putin. Yes, I've heard from folks that I've been talking to around D.C. that some of the military officials who are less interested in the war have wrested back control of the strategy for some of the State Department, et cetera, people who are much more interested in regime change in Russia. Just like the last couple of wars the United States has entered, that's one where the people in D.C. haven't really actually thought of an end game. What would happen if Putin is destabilized and embarrassed in front of his right flank? What happens if he's undermined and potentially loses power? Maybe that's something we don't want. Maybe it's not good for Ukraine either, and there should be a peace. But as long as they continue to fund this war, Zelensky and the Ukrainians have shown a serious willingness to continue fighting it, and we'll continue to have situations like we had today.
Chris, thank you.